Hey guys, Ben Vick here, back with a very special video. It is finally time to unveil my RTA, the RTA I have designed with 3CVape and myself. It is the Savour mouth-to-lung RTA. Hold the phone, it's not just a mouth-to-lung RTA, we will get there as we go along, but essentially the design of the deck means that you can put two different posts in, one to make it mouth-to-lung vape, one to make it a restricted direct-to-lung vape like this. I've got this at 30 watts and it's vaping like this with the direct-to-lung post in. A very lovely restricted vape. Also have the stainless steel one here with a mouth-to-lung draw on it, vaping like this. A very lovely mouth-to-lung vape. So those are the two styles you can vape this tank, and we'll get there when we go down low. So I've designed an RTA. 3CVape approached me and they said they wanted to make a mouth-to-lung RTA. They sent me where they got to so far, and a long way down the road, 4 months later, here we are. A lot of changes made to that original one, and I'm going to do a separate video, sort of the history or the story of the Savour mouth-to-lung, explaining how it all began. I'm going to show you the prototype versions and the changes we made along the way, and that's going to be a different video. I'm also going to do two dedicated build videos, restricted direct-to-lung vape build video and a mouth-to-lung recommended build video as well. So there's not going to be too much building in this video. This is more an unveiling, a show and tell video, if you like, explaining all about this tank that I've designed with 3CVape. So here it is, black and stainless steel. Current ones available. If it does really well, we may do colours and a brushed version and things like that. We'll have to see how it goes. 510 drip tip, top fill, 2 mil capacity, TPD compliant, adjustable airflow at the bottom, and then it has this deck, which I'll show you down low, which you can change the pins on. So I think we should just get down low. It's going to be a lot down low. There's a lot to explain. There's a lot to go over. Then we'll come back up top. We'll have a bit more of a chat. See you in a sec. Okay, guys, here we are, finally down low with the Savour mouth-to-lung RTA. This is the black one. I'll show you the stainless steel one in a little bit. But this is a brand new one straight out of the packet. I don't really have the packaging to show. What I will do is I'll flash up a picture of the box and I'll show you the box in an upcoming video, but the official packaging has not made it to me yet, but I'll show you a picture. Okay, so this is the tank. Starting at the top, we have a traditional 510 drip tip. There we go. You can put whatever 510 drip tip you like in here, but I really like the ones that come with. Little side note, if you get the black one and you're not a big fan of the whole yellow thing, it does come with a clear frosted one as a spare as well. So yeah, you can use your own black 510 drip tip, use the clear frosted, and you don't have to have yellow, but I do think it looks very, very cool indeed like this. Okay, so traditional 510 drip tip at the top. We then have this nested top fill thing going on. You just literally grab it like that and unscrew it like this, and there is your top fill. You can chuck your juice in there. Very smooth, very slick, very clean. You know, it's not a messy way of doing it. I've done a little video on the like page of how to fill this. And yeah, no drips whatsoever. Very, very nice indeed. As you can see, it's a Savour mouth-to-lung RTA along the top. Underneath says designed by 3CVape and Vaping Vick in UK. Savour mouth-to-lung RTA on the bottom as well. CE, don't vape in a bin, on the bottom. And you then have your cross-threaded pin as well here down here. So we will get back to that. Adjustable airflow. Now, the adjustable airflow obviously is completely adjustable, and it is two-sided. Now, in real terms, that obviously in mouth-to-lung mode, you're going to be something a bit more like that. on each side. Ultimately, the airflow is going to be governed by how much is coming through the middle, and as I show you the deck, you will see that. But you do have a wide variety of airflow. Why have we gone with so much airflow? Partly because we've got that restricted direct to lung vape, but partly because we may do an even wider open post hole in the future. Again, as you'll see in a second, the post holes are interchangeable, so there's no reason that we can't do upgrade kits if you like. So, adjustable airflow, as we've said. Glass tank on here as well. And let's get into this. Let's get into it. Let's unveil the deck. As you can see with the chimney, very, very reduced, very, very tiny chimney piece on here. Chamber, chimney, whichever you like. There we go. Very, very reduced, very, very small, and obviously that is great for the flavour. Putting that to one side. Obviously the glass just pops off. You can just take that off. It's firm enough with this special O-ring. It's firm enough so that you can, if you want to, you can leave your juice in upside down like this when you are playing with your deck. So if it's full of juice, you can still mess about with it. But you just have to be a bit careful, that's all. Okay, so this is the deck. This is the deck. We've got a 2-post situation here, grub screws at the top, and you literally whop your coil straight down the middle. This post here is the interchangeable one. This one is the 2.5mm restricted direct to lung vape. As you can see, you've got your wick holes here as well. You've got your threading. Someone asked me if this was a GTA style deck. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not really raised. The cotton goes down. It's a tiny bit raised, but I don't think it's a proper GTA where the tank is, where the deck is halfway up the tank. So I wouldn't consider it a GTA. Let me know what you think. So obviously, you put your you put your 2 leads in there. Coil right over the top of the airflow, and then you put your wicks down the side. How much wick you need depends on how you intend to vape this. You can just push it over the top if you're intending on doing 40 watts, but if you're just at a little 12 watts, you can put it right down like you would on a K-Fun or something. So there we go. Grub screws at the top there, nice and easy, super easy to build on. That was like a major point that we wanted to have. You know, we wanted it to be super easy to put a coil in here and super easy to wick, and it really is. Turning it upside down, then we've got these changeable posts. To change posts, it is incredibly easy. You just get your Phillips screwdriver and you unscrew this, and the post flies out like this. So there we go. Obviously, you put in your mouth to lung one, and you pop it back in here like this. Pushed in snug. Pinch it with your finger or your thumb, and screw this back in. And that is how easy it is to change your post. Obviously, a nice protruding 510. This does look really nice on 22mm wide tube mechs. So yep, nice protruding pin on there as well. I will very quickly now show you the stainless steel one. This is a stainless steel one. Comes with the clear frosted, comes with a spare clear frosted as well, and obviously a matching drip tip. If this goes really well, the whole sort of RTA overall, then we are considering doing a brushed stainless one as well, but we'll just have to see what the feedback is ultimately like. We love it, but we'll wait and see what you guys think. But essentially exactly the same tank, obviously, but yes, it is now the stainless. This is the stainless steel version, which we really, really like. Right, I'll show you a couple of builds. Remember, I am doing separate build videos to give you the full works of the builds. This is the mouth to lung build I'm currently using, a very slightly spaced 24 gauge Canthal build. Simple round wire build. This is not really the sort of tank for Claptons and Flaptons and things like that. The post holes are big enough that you can put those in. You really can fit those in, no problem. But you know, really, it's not really designed for that. So there we go. That is the mouth to lung build I'm currently using. You can see the mouth to lung post hole there, and that is how that one is looking. We also have this. This is 22 gauge, 0.45 build. This one is not spaced at all, and this is the one that I've been rocking around the 30 watt mark, and this I've put absolutely loads through this. I've been vaping this all day, all night for 4 or 5 days. And so this is that one. You can see the wicking here as well. Again, as I've said, it depends on what wattage you want to vape as to how far you put these leads down. But at this wattage, it wicks absolutely fantastically. Again, I will be doing a build video, so stay tuned for those. If you're watching this video in the future, then just check the description, and there may well be links to build videos in there. But the wicking is a piece of cake. You just pop it through there. How much you pop it through there depends on how many watts you want to vape at. You don't want it tight or anything like that, but you literally are just sticking your cotton down those holes. There we go. So that is the DTL vape. So there it is, the Savour Mouth to Lung RTA by me and 3CVape. Let's go back up top and talk about it a bit more. Okay guys, that was the Savour Mouth to Lung RTA down low. There was a lot to go over there. There's a lot of bits and bats and stuff. I know that on the surface, when you first look at the internals of this RTA, it's, you know, it's not mind-blowing. It's not incredibly unique or different or anything like that. That really hasn't been our focus. We've not been looking to completely blow open vaping into this whole new thing. That really hasn't been what it's been about. What it's been about is making a product that's really high quality, really nice looking, really good top fill, really easy to build, really easy to wick, wicks very fast, great flavour, you know, great build quality, and ultimately affordable as well. That has been our focus. We've focused on things like the top fill, that there's no way that that could have ever thread, that it's easy to get hold of, it's easy on, easy off, that when you fill it, it doesn't flood, all those sort of things. The airflow, we've worked on making it as smooth and as quiet as we could possibly make it, completely non-turbulent, completely silent. Just to give you a little indication, this is what it sounds like when, you know, when you're on it. You know, that's genuinely what it sounds like. If we pull up a sub tank like the Elo, it's a big difference. I know there's a lot more air going through that, but we really wanted to make it quiet and smooth and feel really nice, feel really high end, and that was the vape we were going for. Now, the mouth to lung vape on it. The mouth to lung vape on it, as you saw down low, it's a 1mm air hole in the middle. When you put that mouth to lung post in, it's a 1mm air hole. It's sort of the size of the K-Fun Light sort of size. Now, every tank vapes differently, even with the same size air holes. So it's very, very difficult to talk about the mouth to lung vape and whether it'll be the right mouth to lung vape for you. I know it's an incredibly emotive and subjective subject. It's very, very difficult to get the right, you know, to get it right for everyone for mouth to lung. It's also very hard to sort of say, well, it's quite tight, it's a bit like this. What I thought I would do is I would build some old mouth to lung tanks to give you guys a sort of a comparison. So the mouth to lung on the Savour, 1mm hole, you've got adjustable airflow at the bottom as well. And that is how it's mouth to lung vaping. So if you compared it to the Aries from Inniken, this one is quite airy. I've got it on the 1-hole mode, and this one is more airy than the Savour. You can almost sort of direct along this one, so it's much less airy than the Aries. I've also got the Berserker here. Now, I've been playing with this Berserker, and the most similar vape I can get on the Berserker compared to this one is the 2nd hole. You can't get the Savour mouth to lung as tight as the Berserker Mini. The Berserker Mini does actually go tighter. On the smallest hole, it is incredibly tight, the Berserker Mini. But on the 2nd hole is a very similar vape to the Savour. in terms of airflow, not in terms of flavour. So that is that's that. Okay. That's the only way I can think to sort of compare the airflow and give you a feel of the airflow. So it's a bit like the second hole on the Berserker, and it's tighter than the Aries. Of course, don't forget you've got that 2.5mm hole on the restricted direct to lung vape. Now that vape, the vape that I have the black one on here, that was very much designed to be that 20 to 40 watt vape, that Squape style vape, you know, the K-Fun 5 style vape, the Hurricane vape. It was very much the Typhoon, if you like, you know, the newer Typhoons. It was very much designed to be that sort of classic European RTA style vape. It's a massive fan of. I'm a huge fan of the Hurricanes. I'm a huge fan of the Squapes, and it was designed to be that style of vape. Obviously, very affordable. So that is how the restricted direct-to-lung vape is. So that's how that is rocking as well. And being completely honest, that is my preferred style. And that is my preferred style across the board. That's why I love the Hurricanes. That's why I love the Typhoons and the Squapes, you know. So that is the style of that vape. The deck design, the deck design. Okay, so essentially the deck design, it is just a two-post design, you know. There are a lot of reasons why we went for that. When I show you the prototypes, you'll see that originally we were looking at doing the S-style coiling that a lot of mouth-to-lung tanks recently have had, where you put a lead each side like that and the coil goes right down the middle. The reason we didn't ultimately go for that is that we found you couldn't get a reduced chamber doing it like that. We found we wanted the chamber to be as small as possible. We wanted it to be a little flavour cauldron in there, and with that style you have to quite separate it out. And the actual barrel, if you look at the barrel on the Aries, the actual chamber, sorry, it's really quite big, and we wanted it to be really small. The chamber on the Savour is actually smaller than that of the Berserker. It's a very, very small and flavoursome chamber. So we got it as small as we could, and this was the best way. Two little posts right next to each other was the easiest way to cup that. You know, I'm doing a lot of crazy hand movements. Apologies for that. But that is why we went with that style. Also, another great reason to go with that style of deck is the changeable posts. Having those two separate posts coming up allowed us to have an unscrewable post, which could then adjust the airflow. So it is an incredibly simplistic deck design in essence with the two post design. It's not unique, it has been done before, but with the changeable posts and the reduced chamber, we feel it was the best option for us. So that is why we went with that. It also gives us the opportunity in the future to have little kits available of different post size. There is no reason why we can't do a 3mm hole, a post with a 3mm hole, or even a 1.5mm hole. If people say they want to try different posts and that it's not quite the vape for them, we can release those kits. The other thing that you might find slightly underwhelming with this is 2mm capacity. Now 2mm capacity makes it completely TPD compliant, and that is something we were very keen on. We were hoping that this tank would be very popular in the UK and Europe, and we didn't want any sort of way around that. We wanted it to be TPD compliant. Also, do not forget, with capacity at this wattage, I mean, if you're on the mouth to lung at 18 watts, or even if you're on the direct to lung at 30 watts, you're not going through juice in any way like you are on a sub tank. You know, 2mm in here will last me as long as 5mm in, you know, a bigger tank at higher wattage. So don't forget that the capacity, you know, it really doesn't need to be as big. And by making it short, again, we've kept the flavour really, really nice. Also, don't forget, it's super easy to top fill. This is, you know, as easy to top fill as it can be, really, you know. So that's another reason we went with that style, and it's a reason why we went with that capacity. Now, obviously, this is not a review. I'm not going to give pros and cons. I think it's brilliant. This tank has been sent out to several reviewers, on its way to them right now. We've got Grim Green, we've got Vaping Heathen, we've got Mike Vapes, Dean the Vaping Biker, Mark Todd, all have this tank on the way to them, so there will be some completely impartial reviews on the way. Please go and like the like page That is where the vendor announcements are going to be, where you can buy this tank, all the information like that. When a reviewer puts a video up, we'll put it in on that like page as well. Any news, any updates on stock or new versions of this or anything like that, please, please check out that like page if you are genuinely interested in this tank, because that is where all the information is going to be. I don't want to keep spamming this channel. So that is that as well. So that is the Savour Mouth to Lung RTA. Really just wanted to create a genuine mouth to lung, restricted lung tank, of the almost of the old school, 22mm wide, 2mm capacity, top fill, traditional 510 drip tip. That is what we were going for with this. We just wanted to bring it all back to some sort of sensible style, Originally, we were talking about, should it be a 24mm tank? No, it doesn't need to be. It shouldn't be. This will fit on all your tiny mods, all your little stealth mods, all your 22mm tubes. It'll fit on all those really nice. It'll look really slick. So it really wasn't a consideration. It really would have been a bad move, in my opinion, to go with 24mm wide. Again, 510 drip tips. It's be absolutely crazy to have a goon tip on here. So we've made all those decisions, and we stand by them, and we'll see how it goes. We really like the changeable post thing. We think that is a great move, and we're really happy with that. We're really happy with this tank overall. I just want to say lastly, of course, thank you so much for your support. The only reason 3CVape allowed me to do this is because of my subscribers, because I have a following. And that is all down to you guys. You are the following, you are the subscribers, so you are the guys that have made this happen. Also for your support through this process. I've been working on this since January with 3CVape, and as soon as I announced that something was happening, you guys were really all over it, really supportive, and you've kept up your support throughout, and you've all been amazing. And so a genuine thank you to everyone for all your support, which has ultimately allowed this to happen. So thank you very much. Let me know what you think. Any questions at all about this, anything I've missed in the video or anything that you're confused about, put in the comments and I will reply to every single question on there. I've been Vick. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.